So let's start with bond valuations first. We know a sentence that value of a bond is present value of future cash flow discounted either at YTM or a series of spot rates or a series of forward rates. Okay, so let's try to value the bond using the two of the methods that we know as of now, using spot rate and using the YTMs. Let's do first example. Let's say a bond with face value of 1000, coupon rate of 10%, YTM of 15% and maturity of 5 years. Quickly find out value of the bond. $832. $832. All of you. Second clear TVM. 100 is payment, 1000 is future value, 15 is IY, 5 is N, compute present value. 832. Second example now. Let us say future value is 1000, YTM is not known to us, coupon is 10%, maturity is 5 years, but what we know is a series of spot rates. Year 1 spot rate 8%, year 2 spot rate 9%, year 3 10%, year 4 11% and year 5 12%. Find out value of the bond. When you want to value the bond using spot rates, respective cash flow should be discounted with respective spot rate. So what are the cash flows we have on this bond? The cash flows are 100, 100, 100, 100 and 1100. These are the 5 cash flow. The first cash flow needs to be discounted with spot rate of year 1. So 1 plus 8% raised to 1. Second cash flow is to be discounted with spot rate of year 2. 1 plus 9% raised to 2. Third cash flow with spot rate of year 3. 1 plus 10% raised to 3. 1 plus 11% raised to 4. And the last cash flow 1 plus 12% raised to 5. 5 cash flows with 5 different discounting rates and add them up. Do we have the answer? $941.9. Anyone else? Do you want to do it together? Let's do it together. 100 on your screen divided by 1.08. 100 divided by 1.08 equal to, how much is that? Then say STO1. Then 100 divided by 1.09x square. 1.09x square equal to, how much is that? 84. STO2, that's your second memory slot. Then 1.1, see how I'm getting this number. 1 plus 10% is 1.1. 1.1 y raised to x 3 equal to 1.1 y raised to x 3 equal to, then press 1 by x button, take inverse of that number, and then multiply with 100 equal to, how much? 75. STO3. 1.11 x square twice, because when you press x square twice it means raised to 4. Then press 1 by x button, press 1 by x and multiply with 100 again, equal to, how much? STO4, that goes into your fourth memory slot. Then 1.12 y raised to x 5 equal to, now press 1 by x and then multiply with 1100 equal to STO5. And now say RCL1 plus RCL2 plus RCL3 plus RCL4 plus RCL5. 941.9. So understand and appreciate the difference. When you valued the bond using YTM, you discounted all the cash flows at the rate of 15%. But when you value the bond using spot rates, use discount rate for different maturity. Are we clear here? Now, third example in this series. I will give you a series of spot rates and then you try to convert that to a single YTM. Okay, for example, let's say we have a bond with face value of 1000, coupon rate of 15% and maturity of 3 years. We have 3 spot rates, spot rate 1, spot rate 2, spot rate 3, 10%, 12% and 15%. Can you find out a YTM for these 3 spot rates? If you remember, we used the sentence. We said that YTM is a complex mathematical average, which is not geometric but a complex mathematical average of spot rates. So please try to find out a YTM for these 3 numbers. Do you want to do it together? Anyone has the answer? Pankaj, you have it? Your calculator is taking too much time, or calculator is taking too much time? Okay. Yes, quite possible. I've received the first answer, 14.47. 12 point, possible but unlikely, 12.29. Okay. 11.31. Okay. What is your answer? Okay. 12 point. Alright, let's do it together. See, how do you deal with this question? If you understand this, your concept of spot rate and YTM would be clear. See how it works. What are the cash flows I have on this bond? Cash flows are 150, 150 and 1150. The first year cash flow has to be discounted at the first year spot rate. It's a 10% raised to 1. Second year cash flow has to be discounted with second year spot rate 12% raised to 2. Third year cash flow has to be discounted with third year spot rate 15% raised to 3. First step is to find out the value of the bond. Okay, so how do we do it? Let's do it together. Second clear TVM, 150 divided by 1.1 equal to STO1. 150 divided by 1.12 x square equal to 150 divided by 1.12 x square equal to STO2. 1.15 y raised to x 3 equal to 1 by x to take inverse of it multiplied with 1150 equal to is STO3. Okay. Now RCL1 plus RCL2 plus RCL3. How much? 1012. How many of you got this? आपका आया 1012. You got it, Prasad? Pratik? आप हाँ? Last वाला 1.15 y raised to x 3 equal to how much? Now 1 by x multiplied with 1150 and then STO3. Are we together, all of us? Okay. Now understand what is the meaning of YTM. I want to find out one single rate. Okay. 1 plus YTM raised to 2, 1150 plus YTM raised to 3. One single rate in such a way that instead of using 3 separate rates, instead of using 10, 12 and 15, just one rate in such a way that it will satisfy the equation. So the present value of the cash flows would be equal to value of the bond. Okay, and this one single rate, which is a complex mathematical average of various spot rates, it cannot be solved using a formula. You cannot solve this using a formula. It has to be solved using a trial and error, and your calculator can do the trial and error directly. Okay, so how do we do it? Second clear TVM 1012 plus minus is the present value. 1012 plus minus is the present value. 1000 is future value. 1000 future value. 150 is payment. 150 is payment. 3 is N. Compute IY. No. 14.47. So if I substitute 14.47 here, one single rate instead of using 3 separate rates, it will still satisfy the equation. This is what YTM is. It is a complex mathematical average of a series of spot rates. Is it clear? If you want to cross check, let's do it together. Okay, let's cross check. Let's see if it really works. 150 divided by 1.1447. 150 divided by 1.1447 equal to STO1. Done. 150 divided by 1.1447 x square button equal to how much? 114. STO2. no, sorry, clear your screen. 1.1447, 1.1447, y raised to x, 3 equal to 1 by x button. So taking a inverse of that number, multiplying with 1150 equal to STO3. So now we have taken present value of three numbers. Now say RCL1 plus RCL2 plus RCL3. And it should be very, very close, if not exact, because of decimals. 1012? Yes. So which means instead of using three separate spot rates, one single YTM satisfies the equation. And therefore YTM is the average of spot rates. So if someone says, what is the true interest rate in the market? It is a spot rate. Okay, the true interest rate in the market are spot rate. YTM is only for the purpose of convenience, that you convert that into one single YTM. Is that clear? So now how do we interpret this? If I want to make investment for 3 years, if I want to invest for 3 years, how much will I earn? If I want to invest into a zero coupon bond for a period of 3 years, how much will I earn? No, I will not. If I want to make investment in a zero coupon bond for 3 years, I will earn 15%. If you remember last class, we discussed that a spot rate is YTM of a zero coupon bond. A spot rate is a YTM of zero coupon bond. See, it's like this. Okay, let's do one more example. Let me help you build this concept. Have you done writing this? All of you have written this? Example 4. Let us say we have a zero coupon bond with maturity of 2 years. A zero coupon bond with maturity of 2 years. Market value of this bond is 940. Face value of the bond is 1000. Okay. So going by the equation that we've learned, value of a bond is present value of future cash flow. If I invest 940 today, which is the market value, what is the cash flow I'm going to get in year 1? What cash flow will I get next year? 0. I will not get anything. What cash flow I will get in year 2? I will get that 1000 back. So this 1000 needs to be discounted backwards. Correct? So this has to be discounted with the spot rate of year 2. Isn't it? So how do we solve for this? Second clear TVM minus 940 is present value. Minus 940 is present value. 2 is N. 1000 future value. 1000 future value. Compute IY. 3.14. 14. So what does it mean? That for a zero coupon bond, YTM and spot rate is the same concept. In fact, this is how spot rates are calculated. A spot rate is nothing but YTM on a zero coupon bond. Is it clear? Should I repeat again? A spot rate is nothing but the rate that satisfies, the rate that makes the present value of future cash flow equal to today's bond market price. So in this equation, if I substitute 3.14, it will satisfy the equation. Let's try. Second clear TVM. In fact, not required. Second clear TVM is not required. 1000 divided by 1.0314 x square equal to, it would be equal to 940. Maybe a little decimals here and there. Is the intuition clear? So spot rate is nothing but YTM on a zero coupon bond, and once we have the series of spot rate, then a complex mathematical average of those is the YTM of that particular coupon bond. Let's have one more example. Now a relatively difficult one. We also studied this in the previous class. The heading here is bootstrapping. What is bootstrapping? Helping yourself, right? Trying to extract data based on the market prices. So let's say it works like this. We have a 1 year zero coupon bill, 1 year zero coupon bill, which is trading at a price of 940. Okay. We have a 2 year coupon bond. Okay, what is the coupon rate? Coupon rate of 11%, which is trading at a price of 990. We also have 3 year coupon bond with a coupon rate of 12%, trading at a price of 1010. Okay, this is the market data which is available. Using this data, can we calculate spot rate of year 1, spot rate of year 2 and spot rate of year 3? Okay, and of course we can using the process of bootstrapping. So first one should be very simple. Simply calculate a YTM and that's your spot rate for year 1. Once you have spot rate of year 1, substitute that in the equation of 2 year coupon bond to get the spot rate of year 2. Once you have year 1 and year 2 spot rates, substitute that in the equation of 3 year coupon bond so that you can get the spot rate of year 3. Should I solve this? Does anyone have the answer? 6.38. Okay. Second you have 11. You have 13. Okay, and third? And yours? Okay. Anyone else has the answer? 11.3. Okay. Alright, so I'm solving this. 1 year spot rate was the easiest one to calculate. Just calculate YTM on a zero coupon bond. Second, clear TVM. 940 plus minus negative, which means make 940 negative. Then say present value. 1000 future value. 1 is N. Compute IY. Yes, what is it? 6 point. So 6.38 is your one year spot rate. Once you have 6.38, how many of you got this? Okay, once you have this, then you use bootstrapping. Okay, so how do you use that? Have the cash flows listed. What would be cash flows? 110 plus 1110, 1000 plus 1100. The first cash flow has to be discounted at the first year spot rate derived from the earlier bond. So this will be discounted with 1 plus 6.38% raised to 1. The second year cash flow should be discounted with S2, the second year spot rate, and the market price is 990. So solve for this equation and get S2. Okay, what is the shortcut for solving for the equation? Let's solve together. Say 110 divided by 1.0638 equal to, how much is that? 3.40. Okay, now make that number. Because it's a no. The coupon is always on the face value. It's never on the market price. Okay, so it has to be 110. Now, that number on your screen, is still there? Now make that number negative and then say plus 990, which means I'm just altering the equation, shifting it on the left hand side. Now it is how much? So now the equation is 886 is equal to 1110 divided by 1 plus spot 2 raised to 2. One way of doing it is you shift it here and solve for the equation. But you can use a smarter technique. You can say what is that rate which makes 1110 equal to 886 in 2 years, and simply use time value of money row. So how do we use it? Second, clear TVM. Minus 886 is present value. 1110 is future value. 1110 is future value. 2 is N. Compute IY. So second year spot rate was 11.9. How many of you had got this? 4-2 आपने YTM निकाला होगा. Are we here together? Is it difficult? Easy? Okay. Now a 3-year spot rate using the first 2 spot rates. ठीक है, so इस bond को ठीक से देख लो. 1010, the bond value is 1010. So 1010 is equal to, what is the coupon rate? 12%. So 120 plus 120 plus 1120. The first cash flow should be discounted with which rate? 6.38. So 6.38% raised to 1. The second cash flow should be discounted with what rate? 2-year spot rate, which is 11.9%. And the last cash flow should be discounted with 3rd-year spot rate, which we need to find out. So again, we will have to reshuffle the cash flows. So I'm doing it with you. 120 divided by 1.0638. 120 divided by 1.0638 equal to how much? STO1. 120 divided by 1.119 x square. 1.119 x square equal to, and then say STO2. How much is that now? Okay. Now say 1010 minus RCL1 minus RCL2, shifting both the numbers on the left hand side of the equation. So now what do we have? 801.36. So 801.36 is equal to 1120 divided by 1 plus S3 raised to 3. Okay, and now what is that rate which makes this amount equal to 1120 in 3 periods? So second clear TVM, 801.36 negative is the present value, 1120 is the future value, 3 is N, and compute IY. What is the IY? 11.80. Yes. So your spot rate of year 3 was 11.80. This process is called bootstrapping. And as of now, we are still doing calculations on annual compounding. On the exam, you will get calculations on semi-annual, which means it's going to be 2 or 3 notches more difficult than what we are doing as of now. Want to try one semi-annual? Okay, let's try. Bootstrapping with semi-annual. A 6-month T-bill. A 6-month T-bill is trading at a price of 985. A 1-year 3% coupon bond. A 1-year 3% coupon bond is trading at a price of 1005. A 1.5 year 2% coupon bond, no sorry, 4% coupon bond is trading at 1018. Calculate 6-month spot rate, 1-year spot rate, 1.5 year spot rate with semi-annual compounding, of course, and semi-annual coupons. Calculate 6-month spot rate, 1-year spot rate, and 1.5 year spot rate using semi-annual coupon convention. This is the actual level exam now. If you know this, you can easily crack 2 or 3 questions from the FRM. 6-month yield multiply with 2. That's the spot rate. Calculate a 6-month yield multiply with 2. So in 1 year, you have to first use the 6-month rate for the first 1 year. The second has to be the 6-month rate. That multiply by 1. This is nice to 1. Whatever it will get multiply with 2 is answer. You want me to solve this? May I? I'm solving this now. You'll have to get used to the semi-annual compounding conventions. First, we will find out what is the yield we are earning on this. A simple YTM. Second clear TVM. 985 plus minus button to make it negative is the present value. 1000 is the future value. Now see carefully. It's half a year. Even then I'm going to say 1 is n. I'm not going to say 0.5 is n. Because we want to find out yield for 6 months. Okay, that's the convention. Find out yield for 6 months, multiply with 2. So 1 is n, compute IY. How much is that? 1.52. 1.52 is what I earn for 6 months. Multiply that with 2 now. 3.04. So your 6 month spot rate is 3.04. If you add what? Decimal. There is a difference of decimals. So as the calculation, as the numbers increase, then it starts making big difference. There's a difference. If you had kept 0.5 as n, that means annual compounding. If you keep 1 as n, then that's semi-annual compounding because you are considering 6 months as one period. Okay. Going forward now, and now you would appreciate where the difference is. 3% coupon bond. So what is the equation for this bond? 1005 is equal to 3% of 1000 is how much? 30. 3% of 1000 is 30, but 30 is for 1 year. Therefore, 15 and 1015. But the first coupon we will discount using what rate? First coupon we will discount using 6 month spot rate, which would be 1 plus 3.04 divided by 2%, but raised to 1. 1.52, the one that we found out. The second one, and now see this, 1 plus spot rate of second period divided by 2 raised to 2. So what it basically means is, going forward we are always going to use a 6 month rate and then multiply by that by 2 to have annual rate when you're dealing with semi-annual bonds. So how do you solve this? Very straightforward. Should I do it directly? Try to catch up with me. 15 divided by 1.0152. Understood how? Equal to. Okay, how much is that number? 14.7. Plus minus sign to make it negative. Plus 1005 is equal to 990, round figure. 990.2 is equal to 1015. So this number is gone now because we shifted it to left. So 1015 divided by 1 plus S2 divided by 2 raised to 2. Okay. So we have to first find out this number. What is that number which in 2 compounding frequency makes present value equal to future value? So second clear TVM, 990.2 negative is the present value. 990.2 negative is the present value. 1015 as future value. 1015 as future value. Even though it's 1 year, it has got two 6 months period. So 2 is n. 2 is n. Compute IY. 1.24 multiplied with 2. So 2.48 is your 1 year spot rate. मजा आ रहा है अभी? 2 is n. Compute IY. Because that IY we've received now is a 6 month rate. Because we kept 2 as n in 1 year. That means 1 n was 6 months. So 6 months rate multiplied by 2 again. Okay, going forward, let's do the third one. Now this is all the more fun. 1018 is equal to 20 plus 20 plus 1020. Because it's a 4% coupon, so half every year. Discounted by 1 plus, the 6 month rate was 3.04. So 3.04 divided by 2 raised to 2. Sorry, raised to 1. Next 20, 1 plus, and now Namrata, right? Sorry, I forgot your name. What's your good name? Namrata, yes. Namrata, had it been annual compounding, we would have said 2.48. But we are not going to say that. Now what we will say here, 2.48 divided by 2 raised to 2. This is a difference. And that marginally, that creates a difference of few decimals. Plus 1 plus S3 raised to 2, sorry, divided by 2 raised to 3. Okay, so now our job is to find out that S3. Should we solve together? 20 divided by 1.0152 equal to STO1. Okay. Next one now. 20 divided by 1.0124 x square equal to STO2. 1018 minus RCL1 minus RCL2 equal to, yes, what is the number now? 97. So 979.44 47.47. All of you have this number? 978.78. How many of you have this? 978.7. What is your RCL1? Can we check? RCL1? 19.01. What is the RCL2? Same for all of you? Same? Okay. So then 1018 minus RCL1 minus RCL2. 1018 minus RCL1 minus RCL2. How much? 978.77 is equal to, going forward, 1020 divided by 1 plus S3 by 2 raised to 3. Okay, so what is that rate which will make 978 equal to 1020 in 3 periods? So second clear TVM, 978.77 plus minus is present value, 1020 is future value, 3 is n. 3 is n. Compute IY. This IY is a 6 month rate multiplied with 2. Because we wanted annual. Don't multiply with 3. Multiply with 2. How much? 2.7? 4. Oh, okay, 6. So this is your 1.5 year spot rate. And these are the kind of questions you will be solving on the exams. Yes, please ask any questions. Any questions, any doubts? See, the good thing is on the exam you'll have plenty of time to solve questions. Okay, it's a 4-hour exam, 100 questions. So yeah, I shouldn't say plenty, but I'm sure you have a reasonable time. Okay, so if you know how to use your calculator smartly, if you're really good with time value of money, you're anyway scoring 50 out of 100, even if you don't know much of finance. But if you know really good time value of money and if you're good with calculator. So if you keep on practicing questions like these on a regular basis, I'm sure that 4-hour paper you will easily finish in 3 hours time. Do you want to try one more? Semi-annual? Any doubts you want to ask here? Same thing. The answer is always same. We'll be solving Schweitzer questions today. Schweitzer is very much formula based. So for everything they will give you a formula and ask you to calculate that way. I believe if you develop logic and if you forget formulas, it's easier to do that way. But the method is same. Let's try one more. Let's say a 6-month T-bill is available for $96.5. That means now the face value is 100. Okay. A 1-year 4% coupon note or bill is available for a price of 102. A 1.5-year 4.5% coupon is available at 104, and 2-year 5% coupon is available at 109. Calculate 6-month, 1-year, 1.5-year and 2-year spot rates. Okay. So again the trick is you have to find out 6-month compounding rate and each of the rate you multiply with 2. Never multiply with 3 or 4, that would be a mistake. You have to multiply that 6-month interest rate multiplied with 2 for the respective maturities. So this is what we have to find. I'm going to solve the question now. The first one maybe was the easiest one. Second clear TVM. Second clear TVM. In case if you have not got the answer, please do it with me now. Second clear TVM. 96.5 negative is present value. 100 as future value. 1 as n, compute IY. How much is that IY? 3.62. So your first 6 months spot rate is 3.62 into 2. Whatever that number is, but it is into 2. How many of you got 3.62? Perfect. Now let us do it for 1 year coupon bond, 4%. So 102 is equal to 2 plus 102. The first cash flow is to be discounted with 6 months spot rate. 1 plus 3.62% raised to 1. The second one is second year spot rate, which is raised to 2. So second clear TVM, in fact that was not required. 2 divided by 1.0362 equal to 2 divided by 1.0362 equal to how much is that? 1.93. Make it negative, then say plus 102 equal to how much? 100.07. That let that number remain on your screen, don't delete it. 100.07 is there. Is it positive, negative? Positive. Now say second clear TVM, that number will still remain there. Second clear TVM. Is the number still there? You said second clear work, not second clear TVM. So what was that number? 100.06. So 100.069. Use plus minus sign to make it negative and then say present value. 102 as future value. 2 as n, compute IY. 0.95. So 0.95 multiplied by 2 is your 1 year spot rate. Yeah, whatever it is. So that is your 1 year spot rate. Let's solve for now 1.5 year. Yeah, which means the question is not correct. Ideally this bond price should be around 99 so that the question is logical. Okay, but nevertheless we got the concept. Going on to the third one. 4.5, which means 2.25 plus 2.25 plus 102.25. The first one we will discount with 3.62% raised to 1. The second one is 0.95% raised to 2. And then 1 plus third year spot rate divided by 2 raised to 3. Okay, so again how do we do it? This number should be equal to 104. Right, so let's solve together. 2.25 divided by 1.0362 equal to 2.25 divided by 1.0362 equal to 2.17 STO1. 2.25 divided by 1.0095. 1.0095 x square. 0095 x square equal to how much? 2.20 STO2. 104 minus RCL1 minus RCL2 equal to 104, which is here, minus RCL1 minus RCL2 equal to how much? Let that number remain on the screen, 99.62. Then say second clear TVM. Now make that 99.62 a negative number using plus minus and then say present value. Then say 102.25 is future value. 3 as n. Compute IY. Yes, 102.25 is future value. 3 as n. Compute IY. 0.87. Pranit? 0.87. 3 is n. So 0.87 is your 1.5 year spot rate. So your 1.5 year spot rate is 0.87 multiplied with 2. Try to understand now. What has happened in a semi-annual period is 1.5 year has actually become 3 years. Isn't it? We are saying raised to 3. We are finding out the third compounding, and technically it's a 6-month rate. So the answer is always the rate multiplied by 2. Okay, now the last one. Now what is the scenario? 109 is equal to 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 102.5. I think this price needs to be changed, because this will, otherwise the question will go wrong. So I'm making this as 105. Okay, only one change. The bond price changes 105. The first cash flow we discount again with 3.62% raised to 1. The second one with 0.95% raised to 2. The third one with 0.87% raised to 3. 1 plus S4 divided by 2 raised to 4. That's actually S2. This was S1.5. You want me to solve it, or you'll be able to do it? Try doing this on your own and tell me the answer. Tell me the number that I should write here. Point. One point. Anyone else? If you make mistake with a single zero, the entire answer goes for a toss. Should we do it together? Huh? How do you get cube? Y raised to x 3. Press y raised to x, then press 3 and then say equal to, if you want a cube. Pranit, 1 point. Wow, we have 3 different answers. Prasad, into 2 के बाद 1.6 set. So you have about 0.84. Let's solve together. 2.5 divided by 1.0362 equal to 2.5 divided by 1.0362 equal to STO1. 2.5 divided by 1.0095 x square equal to 2.5 divided by 1.0095 x square equal to STO2. 1.0087 y raised to x 3 y raised to x 3 equal to 1 by x into 2.5 equal to STO3. Done. Now 105 minus RCL1 minus RCL2 minus RCL3 equal to how much? 97.69 is equal to 102.5 divided by 1 plus S4 by 2 raised to 4. Okay. So now second clear TVM. 97.69 is present value. Negative 102.5 is future value. Negative 102.5 is future value. 4 is N. Compute IY. How much? 1.81 is your IY. That multiplied by 2 was your 2-year spot rate.